Hey everyone, now that this run is done, I wanted to give a bit of a retrospect on it and talk a little bit about the highs and lows of my first playthrough of Renegade Platinum. The footage in the back is just me facing and beating the Elite Four and Cynthia. It was a ton of fun. I loved a lot of it. This is the only recording I have, though. That's just because I don't think anyone would be interested in watching 30 hours or whatever of a casual playthrough of Renegade Platinum. But yeah, I had a blast playing through this, and I'm definitely going to be exploring the world of ROMs much further. But yeah, so like many people, I imagine I always enjoyed playing Pokemon running monotype teams. I think when you look at Pokemon and you see all the gyms that are all like themed monotypes, and then you have the bird trainers and the bug catchers and the hikers, and you have all these things, and they all just run their favorite type of Pokemon. I always really resonated with that as a kid, and obviously now as an adult. And so whenever I do play Pokemon, I generally try to run monotype teams. This is just the first time I've ever done that on a more challenging version of the game, and it was quite a challenge at some points. So I started off the game by giving myself a Teddiursa to replace my starter, and I figured that in the early game I wouldn't have that much problems, but in the later game, when Pokemon get better typing and when stronger Pokemon come out, that was when I thought I would really struggle the most. But it kind of turned out to be the complete opposite. So the first two gyms specifically gave me a ton of trouble. So going into Orberg Gym with Leader Rourke, I wiped on him a lot. Specifically his Bonsly, which knew Brick Break, and that thing would just one shot my Teddiursa, even though I was out leveling him. I was probably like level 20 or so for my Teddiursa. And it was then when I realized, like, okay, this isn't going to be a walk in the park. I got to go back. I got to catch more Pokemon. I can't just go in with one. So I caught a couple other normal Pokemon, and I went back and challenged him. And it turned out that I didn't really need the other ones. Just having the extra Pokemon um, in my inventory, I don't know what you would call that. That was enough to change the AI's behavior. So it started to do a lot more preparation. It started putting hazards out, using more like status changing moves, things like this, instead of just spamming Brick Break. And that ended up being enough just for Teddiursa to get through the entire thing, which was awesome to see. Um, After Orberg Gym, a lot of Pokemon open up to you. If you're running normals, that's when you can get Munchlax for Snorlax. You can get Slowkoth and Visigoth. You and yeah, like some really good. You can get another Teddiursa. Yeah, you can just get like a lot of good options there. So I went into Gym 2 feeling a lot better. I had four Pokemon, um, and I just thought that, like, okay, Gym 1 was hard. I just had one Pokemon. Gym 2 is gonna be way easier, and that was completely wrong. That Breloom that Gardenia has haunted my dreams straight up. For anyone who doesn't know, she has a Muscle Band Technician Mach Punch Breloom that would one shot pretty much anything. It was absolutely miserable. She would start off with Blossom, try to stun you. Blossom's easy enough to deal with, one shot, two shot it. Then go to Breloom, and Breloom would like clean sweep every single time. I probably died 15 or 20 times, or like whited out 15 or 20 times trying to get past her. And of those like 15 to 20 attempts, I wasn't recording the exact amount. I apologize. I got past Breloom twice. The first time I got past Breloom, I took out five of her six Pokemon and then finally died on Rose Raid. The second time I took out Breloom, I beat everything. So this is another gym that I kind of overleveled. I think my Pokemon were generally saying between 28 and 30 for this, which felt really bad. I didn't like overleveling gyms too much, because like it kind of takes away from the sport of it, in my opinion. But I didn't. I probably could have gone back and like caught two more Pokemon, and maybe we could have got through it with like six Pokemon at like 25, 26. But that just would take more time, you know, and I don't think anyone really enjoys grinding levels, so I didn't. Yeah. Next up was Hearthome Gym. Super easy. Went through it, no problem. Didn't die once. Lots of Pokemon can learn. Lots of those Pokemon can learn Dark Slash. Can get through it, no problem. But Veilstone Gym was up next. And Veilstone Gym was what I thought was going to hardlock this. I did no research before doing this challenge, so I didn't realize that there was a fighting gym. I probably should have, because I lots of Pokemon game have fighting gyms in them. Um, but yeah, so when I saw there was fighting gym, I kind of lost hope, and eventually decided that like the way to get through the fighting gym after dying on, you know, the gym grunts or whatever they would call like the apprentices, the trainers in the gym, was I needed a bird. I needed a starting bird. So I went back and I caught a Pidgey, normal flying, got it up to Pidgeot, and that kind of trivialized the gym. Got through it. Pidgeot swept everything. I think I died once, because if Pidgeot died, then everything else, nothing else could kill anything, right? So Pidgeot died the first time. Second time I went through, Pidgeot didn't die. Whatever killed it the first time either wasn't used or it missed or was out of range, you know, whatever. Got through Veilstone Gym. And then from that point, the gyms are kind of non-issues. You know, Pastoria Gym, Gyarados was quite challenging. Died once to it, or whited out once to it, then got it on the second try to kill the Gyarados. Canalav Gym, Steel didn't lose to it at all. Snowpoint Gym, Ice didn't lose to it at all. Sunny Shore Gym, Electric didn't lose to it at all. So it was pretty easy. Additionally, I found the rival to be pretty easy as well. He has the Heracross, which was a challenge, but as soon as as soon as I had Pidgeot, whenever Heracross came out, just send out Pidgeot and it would deal with it. Um, the other part that kind of caused problems, but for a very different way, was the um, was Team Galactic, and it was mostly just because I'm stupid. So have not played a lot of Pokemon Platinum. I played through it years and years and years and years ago, but it's not like a game that I come back and play regularly. So I was not following, like I did not have the story memorized. And unlike Emerald, when I did a playthrough of Emerald the other day or the other month, I found the Team Magma, Team Aqua, it was pretty easy to know where they were going to be and what to do. But a lot of times in Platinum, I would either, because I was like half paying attention, you know, like watching TV on the side while I played this, or because I was fast forwarding through, or just because like kind of vague directions, I was just running around the world like having no idea where I'm supposed to go. So I had to use like walkthroughs several times, which is kind of embarrassing for like a kids game. But yeah, there were several times where I had to like look up walkthroughs just to figure out like what the heck I'm doing. But I don't think any of the actual fights with them gave me any challenges. Like none of them hard lock me. I think the most challenging one is the Perugly. That's at like the Wind Valley Works, I think, between the first and second gym. That Perugly's kind of a monster, and I definitely whited out on it twice, I think, like two or three times. But it wasn't anywhere near Gym 1 or Gym 2 difficulty. And so it didn't feel that bad at the time, but like looking back on it, I think that was the most difficult or the most challenging Team Galactic fight. Um, Additionally, something that was quite nice was there's a lot of areas with double battles, and because you're double battle or where you're double battling with like a friend, you know what I mean? And because of that, it's a really good way of grinding XP, and especially on Victory Road. So I actually finished my Victory Road and got to the Elite Four and saw how under level I was, because I was like mid to late 60s and they were all early to mid, and then for Cynthia late 70s. And so I actually reloaded and did Victory Road again and did my level grind in Victory Road with the partner. And yeah, it was like a much better way of doing the grind, but there was definitely a lot of grinding before in the Victory Road caves. Dawn has a battle in Victory Road as well, and she was pretty easy. I lost Pokemon to her, but I didn't white out, which was good. Same thing with your rival. You know, your rival has a Victory Road battle. I don't think I even lost a Pokemon to him. It was pretty easy, and that kind of like led up to the Elite Four, which is what you've just been watching, and right about now should be when I killed Cynthia. It was a ton of fun. It was a great run. I look forward to playing Sacred Gold or Sacred Silver next. And yeah, thanks.